Grace and by his give us. I'm still waiting for the questions from Brother Ahmed. So we start the question and answers. I'm going to cover a couple of the most important questions, or I wouldn't say. Important, I would say the most frequent question, till we get your questions specifically that you ask. The most common questions we get is the following, and I'm going to actually record small clips that we will post on social media, so those of you who follow me, please keep an eye on it, and those who don't, please follow, and then you will see. So the number one for the woman in general, if I am going to be getting my cycle before I get to Makkah. What kind of Hajj I am going to be doing? Well, let me rephrase another question. Before that, I hope everyone by now know that there is 3 kinds of Hajj. We covered it in the last session. Basically, you're going to do either Hajj alone, or you're going to do Hajj and Umrah, but you will do the Umrah. And then you will come out of, and then you will do the Hajj on the day of the Eid or the day. Or are you going to combine them both inside? So here you go. So that's single. You entered the H inside the or. You did your Then you came out of the so you had the period of tamido, meaning you are not in a state of so you will enjoy the normal things we normally enjoy. And then you will come back to H, so the woman who is worried about she may get her cycle before she gets into the nusuk, maybe the day she was, and as she is getting to the mic. So the safest way to do is depends again on your package, but let's assume whether you are in Medina, and then as you are leaving Medina going for Hajj, you think you will get it before you get to Mikhad, or whether you are flying in, and then your group is coming to Mecca first. So the idea is before you get to the safest way is to which means you will need to do only one and one, and when you combine them, you combine, and you will combine. And when do you do it? Up till the last day if you did not finish your masturbation. If you didn't and you have to go back, you cannot wait number 1. And you cannot come back. Then usually the day you are leaving you go and do your which going to be your for your, and then you will do one. Also which both, and you put the inside that's one of the most frequent questions I get. Second one is if I'm doing more then 10 is everyone is 7. Yes, every whether it's any of these. So the farewell thieu, that is obligatory of the Hajj or the obligatory of or any extra every has to be 7. 7, starting from the black stone you go around you end up in the black stone. That's 1 and usually followed by 2 units of Salah. So I'm getting the questions now. Is it possible to modify the from tone if you cannot perform the before due to the period? That's what I just said. Usually the scholars they said you cannot downgrade the Hajj, but you can upgrade the H safer. If there is any possibility you may get your cycle before you enter it's better to do it both, you'll be safer again. But you have to slaughter an animal. What should we do if we have to due to cycle ending? While in there is showers, in there is no showers. If you could, there is, but maybe not available or not accessible. Then you can do anytime you cannot do, whether no water, no access to the water, or the water will be harmful to your body, you can do, and it will replace fuel. What type of should someone do if they miss Umrah due to meanies? And they same question, should I still make the forif? I expect my period the same. I told you the $1 million question. Is this, that's why I started with it. Are we allowed to comb our hair, knowing every time we do? Yes, anytime you comb your hair. Yet the what is not allowed is that you pull your hair intentionally or cut your hair intentionally, but you're combing in fact, when you comb the hair that's coming out, it's already had fallen, it's just stayed in the hair. So yes, you can. Are we allowed to wear shorts under, or preferably you can, but I will probably advise against, because you need in case for whatever the reason you need to lift your, or let's say you need to get a step or something, so you are covered. So it's usually more how to perform with a cup or a glass of water. There's a very beautiful clip that explain it very clearly. It's very easy. Basically, you fill the cup. You put your hand in the cup, you wash the hand 3 times. Then you drink from that cup 3 times. Then you put your hand in the cup, and then you do your nose. And then you fill your hand with the water. You don't need a lot of water for you do. And then you do it, and then again, and then again. And then for the hand, usually you pour little bit in here, and then you do like that, and then you rub. You pour little bit and you rub. Pour a little bit and you rub. Same thing here. Then you put your hand in the cup wet. Then you wipe on your hair. And the last thing is you wash your feet. I always hide, and I will say make sure you do this. It will make your life very easy. Make sure you wear socks. So you do your wudu in the morning and then put your socks on top. Number 1, why is that? Because then you can wipe on the socks, which is much easier than washing your feet. Is it okay not to wash the feet if no water is available? You cannot. You can either you're going to do wudu or you're not going to do wudu. Washing the feet is one of the pillars of wudu. The verse in the Quran believers when you're intending wash your face and your hand up to the elbow, wipe on your head and then wash your feet. So you cannot there if no water is available. No way I can go and get water. Then you do completely you can't do half woo. And then you do, is there any ruling if I have a UTI I need to use urine bag? And no, it's a urine bag. May Allah reward you. The urine bag is just like you're using the bathroom, but it is in another way. Just make sure you have something to wash yourself after. Can I wear handy gloves if I have hygiene concerns in when you are in a state of usually you have the gloves, the face